So the death cross basically has already happened. People take more shorts than longs. One of the most bullish candles, the candle closes above that level, immediate continuation to the upside. Bitcoin is at a crucial turning point in this massive bull run. A lot of people will read the signal really wrong and will get wrecked. We need to talk about what we need to do right now to prevent massive losses. Let's go. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in here. We are jumping directly into the charts without any hesitation. I want to show you from where the current bounce move actually is coming, because that is really interesting. And I will also show you a lot of other things. So you should definitely make sure that you stick around here, subscribe to the channel and like the video. First of all, here on CoinGlass, you can see that, of course, Bitcoin went here all the way down to like $49,000. And from there, I got a bounce to the upside. But from where did this bounce come? Who did drive this bounce? And this was actually something that surprised me, because I only checked this properly today, because I was thinking that this move was leverage driven, but actually it was spot driven. Here you see the aggregated spot volume, and you see here when we came to this low, it started to increase and leverage went down. Why did leverage go down? Because either people that were holding shorts, they got wrecked, or they took profit on their shorts, and that's why the open interest was decreasing overall. And still to this moment, the move in Bitcoin currently is still more spot driven than leverage, and that is really good for us, and I'm going to show you in a moment why that actually is. When I look at the funding rates to get an understanding what's going on with leverage, then you see here on Binance we still have negative funding rates. So that means that people take more shorts than longs, which is in my opinion really dangerous right now. And also on BitGet we still see this, and I can tell you they're going to get wrecked really heavily really soon. When I look now at CoinGlass, on Glassnode, to understand who was selling during this drop, then on-chain it tells me that short-term holders were selling during this drop here. You see here this massive drop off to the downside, while long-term holders were accumulating. So basically these coins were changing hands from short-term holders to long-term holders, and big whales that were gobbling up all the coins that the short-term holders were selling, because they were buying, let's say in February when Bitcoin was at an all-time high, or in March, and then since then they were more or less in a loss, by 10%, and especially newcomers into the market, they get scared by this and think it's all a scam, and they're going to sell again their positions. And long-term holders like you and me, we are happy to buy cheap coins off of them. Something else that you should keep an eye on is the Bitcoin hash rate. And here another reason why I tell you long-term holders were buying this. The hash rate is exploding right now, and especially this year, because more and more miners are coming into the market, making the network more robust. And usually what happens when you see the hash rate exploding, price will follow suit. The price is lagging right now in this massive increase of the hash rate. I cannot even tell you what number that is. I get to like quadrillion, but I don't know what comes after quadrillion, so because it's 636 quadrillion, 236 trillion, billion. It's so confusing with so big numbers, but it's fine, so, but yeah, we leave it with the hash rate is exploding. So now we need a move in Bitcoin to the upside that is usually following an explosion in the hash rate. And the same when the hash rate is collapsing, usually Bitcoin shortly after also collapses to the downside. Now, the CME gap that we had here was closed yesterday, finally. We did close yesterday the market at $61,100. Here is our closing price for Friday. Now, if we over this weekend stay around current price levels, we don't have anything to worry about, because we will not get a CME gap if we do that. If we are, for some weird reason, move up here to like 62, okay, we have a small CME gap. What is going to happen in this case? Sunday, we open up here, we come down, fill this, come back up, continue to go to the upside most likely. Now, on the weekly chart, we have one of the most bullish candles in a really long time. As long as Bitcoin can maintain to stay above $59,600, because here's a big support zone coming from all the way back here in 2021, where this was basically resistance, and then here a deviation, again confirming resistance. This year in March we broke above it, turned it into support, and since then it basically held support. So even now in this drop here, we are now again above that area and confirming this potentially by tomorrow again as support. And I can tell you, if we close this weekly candle as it is, and preferably I would like to close it above the 20 moving average here on the weekly chart, then the next candle will definitely go up here into the resistance of $67,000 most likely. But the really important part here is that we are closing above the 20 moving average here, preferably by next week's candle close. Best case, we do it in the next 24 hours, that we get slightly above that. Worst case, next week. So keep an eye on that, because if you're looking for building long-term positions, your best chance to build a long-term position is if you get a weekly candle close above the 20 moving average on the weekly chart, and then you can set and forget it until the bull market is over, and then you're gonna sell. That's what you're gonna do. So you don't look at it for like 12 months, forget about it. So most of the time you will not have leverage on that if you build a position like this. When we are going then now finally to the signal that I was talking about, we are about to get a death cross. So the death cross basically has already happened. If I zoom in here, then you see the 50 is going under the 200 on the daily. But again, I want to emphasize here something that I mentioned over the last couple of days, that this looks massively like a potential fake out. So you should not get scared by this. Look here, that smooth angle that the 50 moving average is coming in here, and also the smooth angle that the 200 is moving. So the 200 is moving something like this here. And I believe worst case scenario, by end of the month, this turns already around and we're getting here a golden cross and a reversal, and potentially even earlier than that. So now imagine that tomorrow's candle would pump here to the upside and get above the 50 moving average. Then within 5 days, the 50 moving average could bounce here and give us continuation to around $64,000 in my opinion. If this is not happening and the 50 starts trending lower here, something like this, that also means usually price will come up here, confirm this as resistance, the 50 moving average, and we will come one more time lower. I give this right now a really low probability, just because the weekly candle is super bullish, leverage is not driving the market, it's spot, and that doji candle that we are forming here currently could be a continuation candle precursor for tomorrow's candle. So if tomorrow's candle goes to the upside, you have then here a morning star pattern, which usually means that we are still moving to the upside. So that is what I'm looking out for. And guys, if you want to trade, don't forget, I have a special campaign with ZoomX right now. You can win $1,000, 2 times $500 here every single week. I'm gonna draw later a winner for this. So if you want to be the next one, go here, sign up, deposit $100. That's all what you need to do. If you deposit $100, you stand a chance every week to potentially win here 2 times $500. And of course, the sign up bonus just for signing up, guys, don't forget, you also get $10 just for signing up. And if you trade with your $100, there is an insurance guarantee on the $100 that you are trading with. So if you trade with $100 with 10x leverage, you have a $1,000 position, you make money on that, everything is fine. You trade again with $100, you lose it this time, ZoomX is covering it. So here you see it, black and white, we've got you covered here, but only until the 26th of August, guys. So, and this campaign is starting on Monday. So go now, sign up with the link in the description to be part of that. And you have 2 weeks basically to trade without any risk if you just have $100, because ZoomX will refund you if you lose the $100. Here on the daily chart, you see here the line chart oscillating. What I want to point out here is that we are seeing here a bounce from the last point of support before we broke to the downside. Remember guys, I mentioned to you that most likely this is going something that is to be happening here, that the price will come up here into this resistance, we get a rejection, come back down into support, and then we continue to go to the upside. So, and from what I'm seeing right now, this might be exactly where the market is going, hence why I'm building more and more positions for continuation to the upside. But if you want to play it safe, you need that tick here, a proper tick to the upside above $61,000 to get confirmation basically that we are now really going back up. The point of control, like fully control that bulls are back in the driver's seat, will be when we are breaking above $64,250. Once we are above that level, we know bulls are completely back in control, and we will attack again the $70,000 mark. On the VPVR, you see here why price is currently struggling to break to the upside, because again, like I mentioned here the other day, the longest traded volume bar here in that current price range is at the current levels, and also the EMA ribbon is giving us resistance here. So price ran into the ribbon, got rejected, and now we are trading slightly under the ribbon. So we need here to break a lot of resistance that we are sitting below, and not only that horizontal level from all the price action, we have also a volume traded indicator that is telling us that here is a lot of resistance, and the EMA ribbon also telling us that we are struggling to break here above. But I can tell you, once we are above that level here of $63,000, the next level is $68,000 and then $70,000 to the upside. Again, the MACD is still showing bullish signs here for continuation, because we are losing here more and more momentum on the seller side. Hence why I believe that a buy signal will be coming here over the next couple of days. And also the RSI is already turning around here back to the upside, which also would mean that we get continuation. On the lower time frames here on the 30 minutes chart, remember we had drawn out here the Elliott wave count, and it looks like that the fourth count is now completed. The only thing what we don't know is how high the fifth wave will go. Usually it's smaller than the third wave, so I would say there is a high probability that it goes like to $65,000, because then it's smaller than the third one. The trade setup that I've given here is nicely in profit, guys. If you're looking for a new setup, look here at $61,200. If we can close a 30 minutes candle above that level, most likely we will get continuation to the upside, and that will be your next entry here for this setup. So the stop loss is at $60,220, entry at $61,120, and take profit around $64,000. That is the next trade setup for Bitcoin. The 1 hourly setup is also still on track here, nicely in profit. We are halfway through it, more or less, so we keep that running. Just remember, guys, adjust your stop losses, raise them into profit. You know, really important that you do that to keep all your money. And then here on this 4 hourly chart with the MDX algos, I just want to show you something really quick. After we broke $57,400, this indicator here, which is a super trend indicator, flipped bullish again. So, and unless price breaks below that, price will continue to rally to the upside. Remember, I told you, even if price is heating up, this is not per se saying that price cannot rally a little bit higher before we are coming down. And also here, the REKT indicator from MDX algo is telling me that we are just here in a sideways phase before we get continuation. I want to show you that here previously. Here you see, here was red. Then we turned into purple until here, and then we got another pump to the upside. And you see that here also in the price. Look here, a little bit of sideways movement, then continuation to the upside. So, and look here, we are consolidating right now. So, and then we get another leg to the upside. Again, if you want this indicator, there is a link in the description, and you get 10% discount for using the link. Remember, guys, with these indicators, we make a lot of money here, and they are most of the time helping me to make a decision if I'm entering a trade or not. So go and play around with that. And now really quick, let's find a winner. I need again number randomizer. So here, let's get a winner for ZoomX and Prime XBT. So I need from 4 to Okay, I have to make it separately. From 4 to 17 for Prime XBT, 4 to 17. Let's see who our winner is. Number 15. Number 15 is 1344708. You have 24 hours to write an email to info@AMCrypto to send me proof that this account number belongs to you, and I will send you a voucher code that you can redeem on Prime XBT. Just remember, you cannot withdraw that money. You can only trade with it, but you can make a lot of money with that. So make use of that voucher. Then let's get from Zumex Ron. That is 4 to 12. 4 to 12 on Zumex. Number 6. Number 6 is here. 248674838. This account number also won $500. Send me also again an email to info@AMCrypto with a screenshot that this account belongs to you, and I will tell the Zumex team to credit the $500 into your account, because they didn't give me voucher code, so I have no idea how it works. So I'm just going to tell them that they should credit this account. Congratulations, guys. If you also want to stand a chance to win $500 with Prime XBT or Zumex, guys, deposit $100 on these platforms, and every week I'm gonna go and announce 2 winners, one on Zumex, one of Prime XBT, and if you're lucky, you're actually both at the same time, but you must be super lucky, but it's possible. So just use the links in the description for that, to be part of that. Now, let's talk about the Bitcoin dominance. Remember what I said yesterday? I said that the Bitcoin dominance looks to me that it is potentially topping out here, and this is what we are experiencing right now. The dominance is coming down now. By tomorrow, I expect continuation, at least to 57.15%, and from there we need to reassess the situation if the dominance still keeps falling lower, or if we get some sideways chop, small reversal, and then continue to go into lower prices. On Ethereum is bouncing here slightly back to the upside. You got a nice entry, as mentioned yesterday, at 2,587. I said when we come back here you can enter, otherwise if we break 2,685 you can enter. So you should be right now in a profitable trade on Ethereum. Also here I see continuation alone based on the RSI. The RSI is pointing to the upside here. And the next bigger level of resistance is the 0.5 level on the Fibonacci retracement, and the golden ratio here around $2,900. And this would be one of my first take profit points here in that current trade setup. One coin that's breaking out right now, but still not too late to enter, would be Injective. Injective looks insanely bullish today. It was heavily oversold here on the 4-hourly chart. You see it's super bullish, RSI going to the upside, stochastic soon at the top, but still momentum coming from the MACD, and also price, lower highs, higher highs, telling us that here is a healthy structure in place, and we will tap at least here $19.60 by today, in my opinion. If we break through that and flip this into support, then we will go all the way up to this downward sloping resistance line that is giving us resistance for a couple of months now. So there I would take profit at $23 approximately. If we break through that, then of course the sky is the limit, so then most likely we go back to $30 or potentially even higher. But I would definitely take some profit here around that downward sloping trend line and raise my stop loss at that point to like $22. But we're going to talk about that when we get there. And guys, don't forget, Bybit also still gives you $500 without any giveaway, absolutely for free. If you deposit at least $100 and sign up with the link in the description below, you can trade all these coins that I mentioned here with the $500 airdrop position. So go and make use of it. There's so much money right now going around from exchanges that I basically squeezed out of them for you, so make use of it. I want to see that you go and sign up and use all of the free money that I can get you, because then I can go to them and actually get more if they see there's a lot of interest. So make use of that, guys, while you can. Then another trade setup is Arweave. Here I would wait for a break of $22.70. This is a major key support level that is acting right now as resistance, but also here on the daily chart, the MDX algo gradients are telling me that price is heavily oversold and completely cooled down already, because the candles are still green. So it would be for a spot position perfect moment to get in. For a leverage position, I would wait for a break of $22.60, and then you can trade this all the way up here into the golden ratio to around $29.20. So this is a $7 move that is over, so here almost 30%, 29% profit with a 7.78% stop loss. So don't trade with more than like 5x leverage on that, so that's more than enough. You don't want to get liquidated on a trade like that with so juicy profits. Then Solana. Our trade is also playing out here quite nicely currently. We are still now having issues with that support resistance flip zone that we are currently trading under. I still believe that by today we still come back into it. And if you want to take a trade setup because you missed the one from down below here, then your entry will be around $157.50 all the way up to like $176. Why do I believe that we will keep going up? Because the stochastic RSI is about to give us a buy signal. The MACD is not looking all too good, but is still more bullish than bearish. But the RSI is also trending up while price was coming down. So here is a small bullish divergence on that 1 hourly chart. Let's also have a look here on the 4 hourly chart. Yeah, so here on the 4 hourly chart, you see things are looking way more bullish than on the 1 hourly. Here, as soon as we get a buy signal and on the MACD or the stochastic RSI, I would jump in regardless where the price is, because that will tell you that the momentum is shifting, and potentially here in the next 4 hours, we can get with the next 4 hourly candle that push to the upside. The next one is Rune. Rune is trading above the 50 moving average, which opens us up to the possibility that we move back to $4. Hence why I have here a trade setup. Actually, I'm going to make this now back to the 50 moving average, the stop loss down here. So if we get a retest on the 50 moving average at $3.26, that will be your entry. Set some limit orders there, and then you can trade this all the way up to like $4. It will take potentially 3-4 days that we're going to see this playing out, but there is a high probability that we will go up here over the next couple of days for Rune for multiple reasons. First of all, the 200 will act as a magnet. If we can stay above the 50 moving average, we have a major downward sloping resistance line here and a golden ratio also in alignment with that. So a lot of key areas that create interest to move the price all the way up to $4. Next one is Telegram. Telegram is facing issues with the supply zone here marked out by the MDX algo. That was expected. Remember, I told you first take profit should be here around the upward sloping resistance line currently. That was a former support zone. And also because the neckline of that V-shaped recovery is sitting there. That's why I said take profit around this level. Let's see how price reacts if we take it all the way up here to $7.55. Currently, I would say set your stop loss down here into this area. This is now support, which is $6.51. So that is a 3% move from current prices back to the downside. Just set there your stop loss. Because if it reverses back to the downside, it will go lower than that, in my opinion. So just to be safe, set there your stop loss. Then your trade is already in profit. And if you're looking for a new trade setup, would be coming here. And it would look something like this. Maybe a little bit something like this. Yes. So here you would make 10% on a move to the upside. You have 3% stop loss. Entry $6.86. Take profit is the same as up here. And stop loss at $6.65. But of course, only if you get at least a 30-minute candle above $6.85, only then I would enter. So which is now the top of the recent 4-hourly candle. Actually, no, from the current 4-hourly candle. Only if we break that, I would enter here in another position, or if we completely round trip back to the downside, then of course also. But for now, it looks like that Telegram is still having a little bit more momentum and potentially just will move sideways before getting another leg to the upside. then GRT also really close to break here the weekly open. If we break above that on the 1 hourly chart and we get a 15-minute candle closes above that level, that will also mark a great entry if you missed the entry from all the way down here where I entered. And you can trade it then into the same target here of 15 cents and 60 approximately. That gives you 8%. With a healthy risk to reward ratio of 1 to 4.54 and a 1.84% stop loss. So, but only if we break here above the weekly open, I would enter this trade, because otherwise we are risking to getting rejected and come back down. But here's another bullish indication that I actually just spotted, and that is a potential W pattern, even though it's a small one. But this can bring us all the way up to 14 cents and 86. So really close to the 15 cent level, which is good. So that is what I'm looking out for here on the 1 hourly chart. And I think the 4 hourly chart had also a lot room still. 4 hourly is like so, but I think the daily was looking good. Yeah, the daily still has a lot of room to go to the upside. Then here our final coin, AVAX. Also here, if we can, so AVAX was also really bullish overall in that move to the downside. So I was expecting it will go much lower than it actually did. Here, the stochastic is already going to the downside. MACD is about to give a bullish continuation signal. RSI is going to the upside. So as long as we are keeping market structure and printing higher lows and higher highs, local higher highs, I would enter this when we break above $21.80, but only then. We are not closing here a 1 hourly candle above that level. I would not enter this, or I would, if we close a 1 hourly candle and then we start dropping down over 2 hours, let's say we get somewhere like here to closer to the $21 mark again, I would close the trade in that small loss, because I want to see when that 1 hourly candle closes above that level, immediate continuation to the upside. If that's not happening and we are starting first to slowly go down, cut the trade. Otherwise, the take profit zone is $25.87 and the regular stop loss would be $20.40. Guys, that's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure that you smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you with more profits tomorrow.